into the presentation itself, I just wanted to make mention again that we have an ongoing shadowing program, an internship program, not an internship, I'm sorry, a shadowing program. And we currently have 2 additional students that did some time at our on-job site over the summer. And those 2 students will continue until they reach their maximum hours for however long it takes, probably the next couple of months. They're there a couple days a week. I also want to point out that everyone should have received their monthly summary report, as well as a change management summary report.
An update on upcoming projects. We are currently putting together the bid package for the main heating system, and that will be going out to bid sometime in October, and we're hoping to bring recommendations to the board in December of 2016, this year, and then construction would start next year. The Fieldhouse Phase 2 package, as you recall, we are packaging that to also go out this year before the end of the year, and the plan is to bring recommendations for that bid package to award to contractors sometime in January of 2017. And then that work would also start in the summer next year of 2017. Main renovations package, there's really nothing new to report. We are kind of on hold with that currently. And then just a brief report about the team pre-construction efforts. We continue to work behind the scenes to make sure that the packages are complete and ready to go out to bid, and continue to refine those over the next week or 2 for the heating, and again, the other package for the Phase 2 field house.
Question?
Yes.
On those 2 items, so what is the anticipated amount of the heating contract, approximately?
That's a good question. I don't know, I think it is about 3 million.
I think it's about $3 million.
And would that be one contract?
No, it would be multiple contractors, prime contracts.
Okay. And then the field house will be,
Multiple also, and I think it's in the $5 to $6 million range for the field house.
So the update so far for the field house Phase 1 is complete and occupied. We got our certificate of occupancy August 31st. And we are just doing there's a few minor punch list items that we're finishing up now, or the contractors are finishing up. So we have some of the photos of the field house as it is now, finished there with the exterior lighting. This is the fitness center. This is the lobby into the fitness center. This is the downstairs wrestling room, currently at the field house. And then, of course, the fitness center itself, upstairs with the equipment already, and I believe being used, correct?
yes, absolutely.
And of course, both of the locker rooms, the boys and the girls' locker rooms downstairs were also renovated and have been finished. So the Phase 2 basically will incorporate the pool room locker rooms and the new gym floor and the balance of the field house itself. The academic core building project has updates and highlights. The East Addition is now, we're concentrating on some interior work, the framing, the classrooms, mechanical work, rough-ins, duct work, all of that has started on the East Addition. And we will be finalizing the exterior over the course of the next 4 to 8 weeks with our with our Nichi-Ha panels that are due. We just had to wait for the red starter strip, which takes a couple of weeks to get. So once we get that, the Nichi-Ha panels will go up. On the west addition, as much as we're concentrating on the interior on the east now, we're also concentrating on the exterior on the west addition. And they've started the masonry and the brickwork, and we've started the framing, exterior framing. In the next couple of weeks, they'll be putting the roof on. And they have completed the storm drainage in that hole on the west side and everything. So it will continue over the course of the next 4 or 5 months, just to be working on the exterior. And then we'll also, as soon as the interior framing and everything is done on the east addition, then we'll jump over and start the west. We also, yes,
What is CMU an acronym for?
concrete masonry unit, sorry.
Concrete
Masonry.
blocks.
It's either blocks or brick, well, yeah, and that includes the brick too.
Right.
In the academic core, the only thing that we've really done at this point is on September 19th, we did the boiler switch over so that the new boilers were put into place. And we're continuing to do some work in the mechanical room down in that lower level, but we haven't really been up in the core of the building itself. Of course, we're still doing all the MEP coordination work and scheduling details and submittals and getting everything finalized for the work in the core. To look ahead, the exterior finishes again, east-west addition. Stairs on the west addition will start to go into place, and the rooftop units will start to be placed. Right now, it's about a 12-week lead time. They've been released, so we'll be finalizing the steel and the curb that the rooftop units will sit on over the course of the next 4 to 6 weeks, and then we'll set the units themselves. So as you can see, we're moving right along with the east addition. I can say it. Sorry. Let me get out of the way. This is the east addition right now. As you know, there's technology rooms on every other floor, and what's the name of the other area? We have the computer rooms and then the technology areas up on every other floor. What you see here is just a stair tower on the north end of the east addition. And again, this is the inside. You can see just interior framing where the classrooms and everything are. You can see the corridor. The corridor is 12 foot wide now. They'll have lockers down each side, so they'll narrow that up a little bit. And then you can see some of the mechanical work. Windows also on the east addition will be done the end of this month. And then we'll start the windows on the west addition. And this is the west addition. As you can see, they've started some of the brickwork underneath and around the corner. I don't know if I have one. On the lower level, below this floor here, this is actually the second floor. Below this floor here, the masonry work is close to being done. All the brick and everything is in place. This is the exterior framing that they're putting on now. That was quick. It's very exciting, and it's really starting to come together now. I know the people that have taken the tours can actually see the classroom spaces and where everybody will be, and everything at this point is moving along on schedule. Questions? Yes,
Two questions. Do any of the contractors have apprentice programs in place?
Not that I'm aware of.
The second question is, what is the footprint of each of the additions? I asked that before.
Size-wise?
The area, the floor area of, say, one floor.
I don't know that offhand. But I'll bring it back to you the next time we come.
I know, last time you asked us to bring it back to you this time.
My apologies, but I will report back to you.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Sorensen, just your clarification of each wing, of the wings,
Well, I mean, whatever, you know.
new additions.
Yeah, the new addition. What is the area
Per floor?
per floor?
Okay.
No, it's longer than
We'll get you an actual number per floor.
Scott, if you get that to me in the morning, I'll send that out to the board.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Yes, Mrs. Collins?
This might not be for our building team. First of all, it looks spectacular. It's so exciting to see that Kate Walton field house and the lighting and the stairs. It's spectacular, so thank you. But my question is, might be for Dr. Catalina or the cabinet. The fitness center, I know we have the CO now, and I was just curious, is it being used by classes or teams, or are people in there?
It's actually being used by both, and Kurt can talk to this.
I'm not sure about teens, but it's definitely being used through ninth period.
We,
Just ninth period?
Through, all the way through. I know it's
Great.
being used up through eighth, and I know it's now they've extended it to students that are using it after school. The PE teachers are staying through ninth.
so the interim AD has talked to the coaches of the teams. I know Mr. Bottolato has requested a key, so he's going to bring in the football team. So those, I don't know that they're actually doing it now, but it's in motion.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you, as always. Thank you very much.
Thank you.